This episode of the GR Rideshare Adventure podcast is sponsored by CarStar Impact of Cascade. They are located at 5566 36th Street in Grand Rapids on the corner of Craft and 36th Street, right near the airport. Their telephone number is 616-954-9200. Steve is the manager there. They do a great job. They've worked on Ben's car. If you've heard Gabe on the podcast, they've done work for him. What CarStar Impact of Cascade does is they have an open bay for rideshare drivers. If you have work that needs to get done, call them. They can get you in that day or the next day and get you back on the road to make money. Relax. We'll take it from here.
Welcome to the GR Rideshare Adventures podcast. Rideshare infotainment for the new driver, old driver, and everyone in between.
Hi guys, welcome to the GR Rideshare Adventures podcast. This podcast is sponsored by Impact. Damn it, I did it again. CarStar Impact of Cascade.
Hey, should we restart the timer?
Yeah, can you please?
Are you done eating?
No. You're ruined. Okay. This is supposed to go smooth, and I screwed it up. Now you're interrupting me. Okay, take two. This podcast is sponsored by CarStar Impact of Cascade, located at 5566 36th Street in Grand Rapids, right near the airport. Steve is the manager there. Their telephone number is 954-9200. We really appreciate them sponsoring the show, and we'll talk about them a little bit more.
And I should say they are a lot better at fixing your car than Jason has said than that.
Oh, that hurt.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
If you'd ever listen to the podcast after it's posted, you would hear my amazing ad at the beginning.
It's true.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can we bump up my microphone a little bit?
Your microphone? Or you need your headphones bumped up?
No.
Yes, you do.
No, because you're high enough. You're loud enough. There we go.
Is that better for you?
I don't know.
Did you turn his mic up?
I didn't touch his mic. His mic is what it has been.
Okay. He turned me up. That's the problem. Hold on, guys.
But then you changed me.
No. Jasper, jeez. Stop. Is that better?
Wow.
Yeah,
we had this all ironed out.
I
when we
know.
started.
Okay, from now on, we won't turn the headphones down. We'll figure something else out.
Jason's
Wow,
fault.
this is a terrible start. I'm so sorry. So we got the three here tonight, Jesper, Ben, and Jason, and we have Sam tonight.
Hi there.
Welcome, Sam.
Are you sure you're in for this for all of us?
Oh, yeah, you're fine. I can handle you.
Okay, Sam. So, question. We always ask the new drivers when they come on the podcast, what is your rating? What platforms do you drive for? How long you been a driver? Full or part-time? How many vomits? Those kind of things. So why don't you tell us?
All right, so I've been on Uber and Lyft for a year and a half.
Okay.
I've got a 4.99 on Lyft and a 4.92 on Uber.
You know, that's kind of where I run too. I'm
Yeah.
like a 9.3 on Uber, and
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm a 9.9 on Lyft.
yeah. I don't do a lot of Lyft, so it's slowly been creeping up.
Well, you're almost at 1,000, you had said.
Yeah, but I haven't driven Lyft more than 2 or 3 rides a week for like 2 months.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then I got only 2 pukers, thankfully.
Really?
Yeah.
And did you say full-time?
Yeah, full time.
Okay. And you're going to school?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're doing flex? And
Right, yeah.
Do you do any food delivery?
No
Okay.
food delivery.
All right.
But no, I might probably work between Flex, Uber, and Lyft 45 hours a week.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, cool. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's always good to get a female perspective on things to keep us at bay a lot of times because Jesper gets out of control.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do not.
Jesper.
So
He's the problem one.
if you guys can do us a favor, if you are in any rideshare groups, if you can share this live stream to them, that would be amazing. And if you're on YouTube, if you can like or comment, Paula's been commenting on YouTube quite a bit. And yeah, that we would really appreciate that. So stories from the past 2 weeks. This is where we kind of recap what we've done, what we haven't done.
But you have to drive, right?
You have to drive. I'm pretty sure
Wait, what? Huh?
I'm pretty sure Ben's going to violate our LLC and real soon if he doesn't get up there and drive.
I need to put in my notice.
Have you even driven in June yet?
Well, Ben, I think Ben is excused
Wow.
because he has a broken car, right?
Well, yeah, but
When is that getting fixed, Ben?
I don't want to talk about it.
you don't want to take Andy's little midget mobile out. So I have driven a little bit, but I really don't have a story. My actual story is anyone that saw us post about the cargo, I should have just deleted it, but so I was like, oh man, cargo took me off the wait list. I get this text. I'm all excited. Like I was literally down here in the studio when it happened. So I'm like getting on Facebook. I'm like, hey, let's get this link out. I'm getting excited. So I post it, and then Sam's like, nah. Well, actually, Sam said bullshit, but I was like, well, rude. And she like, it's not working for me, and Peter said it's not working for him. I'm like, whatever, screw you guys. So it's live, blah blah blah. So we go for like maybe 5 days, and then I said I finally reached out to Cargo. I was like, when y'all gonna ship my box? Because like I'm super excited to try it, and I just want to try. I'm not saying it's the end all be all, but if it works, why not? Yeah. If you can make extra money. And they're like, oh, we mistakenly took you off the wait list and we put you back on. I'm like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. So sorry about that. You can still sign up. And as soon as it comes to GR, they'll just, send you the text like they did me. I even took screenshots of how to set everything up. Like I was super excited about it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my driving story. But
I used your referral code if that makes you happy.
Well, it does, because the referral money actually goes to the business. So I don't get.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So when that does come live, that would be great. So
yeah.
All right. What about you, Sam? Any stories? I know it's so hard to think about that.
No, I thought about it before this.
Oh, did you? You were prepared?
I was. Only because it just made me laugh, so I thought it was worth sharing.
Yes, share it.
So Saturday night, like 1:30 in the morning, I'm taking two gentlemen home from Atlanta. They're going to one of the airport hotels.
Oh, it was an airport ride?
Yeah, no, they were from downtown. They're
okay.
going to one of the hotels around the airport.
Oh, okay.
And 196 heading east was closed. I don't know if they were doing construction still. 1:30 in the morning. I don't know why.
Was it closed at the 96 where they're working on right there?
No, before the belt line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
they had cops had shown up, stopped traffic, so the construction people could do stuff.
Oh, okay. They're probably moving a big piece of equipment
right.
or whatever.
So we're all just sitting there waiting, and we've been there for like 10 minutes, and this dude in the back has had to pee since he got in the car.
Oh, no.
So he starts just like opening the door, and I started locking the door. I was like, dude, you can't get out here. Like, we're on the highway. You can't get out of the car.
Yeah.
And eventually his friend's like, either you let him out or he pees in the car.
I mean,
okay, then.
When you're left with that choice.
Yeah, because we sat there for a good 15 minutes at that point.
Yeah.
So
I wonder why when they do that, they don't put signage up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it wasn't planned.
We're going to be closed for 15 minutes.
Right. So he got out, and I assumed he was going to walk down the sideway to where the grass is.
Yeah.
No.
Just right there.
No, not even right there. He walked up to the car in front of me, looked in their window, waved hello, opened up, and started peeing in front of their window, so they saw everything.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Why would he do that? Was he that drunk?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
He was trashed.
Man.
And then he just finished up. Came back in the car, started telling me about how hot the woman was in the car in front of us, refusing to get in the car until his friend was like, dude, get in the car. We need to go because traffic's about to start moving.
Right.
Like he had seconds to get in the car before I drove off without him.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I would want to get out. I would want to go to the other car and like, did you just see that? Like this guy just did this, and just see what their reaction would be.
I warned him. I was like, I don't know what you guys do in the South, but you can't just pee on the road in Michigan.
Right. I've been there, man. Drinking a lot of beer and you have to pee. Like I've been there.
Yeah, but you probably would have walked down into the ditch.
Yeah, I would have. I probably would have rolled down, but yeah. I would have got down there. That is amazing. So did you see his?
Nope, he was not facing me.
Who he's
he was facing forward.
At least for that. Gross. All right, what about you? Yes.
And they didn't tip either.
Oh, well, they did.
Yeah.
Well, no, she didn't get to see it. Doesn't count.
I wasn't going to take it further.
Get to? Sure, get to. Like it's a reward.
Or want to. That they're two different things. Oh, my Lord.
So I didn't drive last weekend, but the weekend before, I mean, I actually had two really, really solid weekends in a row. And again, it was almost last weekend was the weekend before last was almost a repeat of the weekend before that.
As far as earnings?
Mm-hmm. It was just really good, and lots of tips. People were just tipping like crazy.
I wonder what. Yeah, because that was the first
that was
good
Memorial
weekend,
Day weekend,
which is bizarre that you were even that busy.
Yeah, and it was crazy. So, my story was that I've been found. Somebody finally actually took and searched for my name in Grand Rapids, and how they found me. So what happened was this gentleman was super nice. He forgot his phone in my car. I took him from the airport, drove him home. He forgot his phone.
Of course.
I get a text through Uber or something like that. Say, I think I forgot my phone.
Yeah.
And he was using his wife's phone at the time or whatever. And so we kind of connect. I give him my real phone number because I was in the middle of another ride.
Right.
I couldn't take it. So I give him my real phone number. And then he texts me the next day. And we figure out, he was super cool. He actually didn't end up needing his phone until like the Tuesday after. So he didn't actually pick it up then until then. But at Sunday, when we were talking about how to kind of coordinate this, he's like, well, so can I just come pick it up here and here, at my address, my business address? He had looked it up. I was like,
Was he a business guy?
Yeah, he was kind of in the business.
So wait, he didn't pick his phone up till Tuesday?
Nope.
Oh man, I would
So,
be.
but his wife, his wife works downtown, so she ended up picking him up for him.
Oh, okay.
But
and this was Saturday night.
so
he went
Sunday morning, yeah. So he
went
3 days.
3
3 days. Yeah.
Hey, vey.
I know
No
it
way.
was pretty crazy too. But anyway, he liked it, and so that was that. But it was just interesting how he's like, hey, can I just come pick it up at 65 Monroe?
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, you can. We're no longer there. But
that's kind of creepy, don't you think?
It's creepy and cool. I mean, I thought it was
It's
okay.
creepy.
I didn't have a problem with it. So, so I said, so, nice detective work. I texted back to him. And he goes, yeah, it helps when you have a name like Jesper. So it is true.
Yeah.
Right.
So he kind of did that, and it was cool. So, but yeah, so that was kind of my story.
You think that him searching your name on LinkedIn is because it's not common?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What about all the Danish people that are on LinkedIn?
Well, yeah, but search for Jesper and Grand Rapids, I bet I come up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I bet you do too.
So,
I've had people show up at my house using Find My iPhone.
Yeah.
Which is never pleasant.
Ben's had that a couple of times. It's just, I just turn them off. As soon as I get a phone, I turn it off until I'm ready to communicate with them. Because I had a time where you put it in the cup holder, it's just ringing and ringing and ringing. Well, you have other passengers like, I'm sorry, you lost your phone. You're just going to have to wait.
Right.
Yeah, I returned a phone Saturday to a guy at the Holiday Bar. He was still there. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll give you a huge tip for this. Whenever I get in my car.
$2.
And like a $5 tip rolled in. But I was like, hey, buddy, it's a $15 return fee, and I'm going to submit it still.
Oh, okay.
So you're taking pictures of the phone and everything?
Yeah, I was all set. Yeah.
Hey guys.
I don't think he was expecting that.
I forgot to end. I'm going to need to interrupt. There is a giveaway tonight.
There is.
I totally forgot. So that's going to be come up when we start with rideshare in the news. So, Ben, how was your... Oh, wait. Never mind.
Oh.
When are you going to get that thing fixed?
I'm
putting you on the spot.
when I don't need to drive for work.
You can get a rental.
That's more money.
My guess... Oh, yeah. I bet Christian Brothers has rentals.
Maybe. I don't know.
We need them to be a sponsor.
We sure do.
So,
Come on, David Freeman, work on that for me.
Who?
David Freeman.
You're right. All right. We're going to get into a few ads. Not ads. A little less than before. I've kind of trimmed it down. I just want to, you guys, good old Larry, faithful Larry, who's always online, has his own podcast now. It's called Lyfting with Larry. You can go to that website, liftingwithlarry.com. And that will bring you to his site. You can download his podcast. He just sits down with passengers that he's had in the past and kind of finishes their story, which it's a really cool concept because how many airport people, like I have the best conversations with people from the airport and you're like, oh man, we're done talking. You know what I mean? Like I really connected with you. You usually get a tip and those kind of things. And then, so what he's doing is saying, hey, you want to come on my podcast and let's finish the story. Let's talk about you. So check that out, liftingwithlarry.com. And, of course, our Telegram group. We gained a new follower this week, Greg. I don't know his last name. I think he's on the stream somewhere tonight. Greg
Yeah.
DeWeese?
He's on.
He's on. The comments like stopped. Like Sam was the last comment. Everyone went to sleep.
No, Greg commented.
Yeah, he did. No, Sam commented.
No, I was after that.
She was the last one.
Anyways.
I like how Jesper moves us along. He's just like, it's just like the dad, like, all right, this meeting could have been an email. All right. Like,
Yes.
seriously. So check out our Telegram group. All the links that I talk about are in the information on the either YouTube or Facebook page. They don't let us post links or people going to click on them. I don't know. I never had a problem with an iPhone, but whatever. So all those links are in there and you can click on them. Join that group. We love that group. It gets a little chatty.
Yes.
But I'm pretty sure someone is available 24 hours a day if you ever needed to talk to somebody. There's enough people. I think John drives third shift anyways for his regular job, right?
Yep. John's almost always on there, and Gabe and Pelka are usually out pretty late.
I don't think Gabe sleeps.
No, I don't
really
think so either.
I think he's
No,
some
no, no,
violent
That's
man.
like
He
a
sleeps,
couple
but-
hours
Always
here and
driving.
there.
Hey, pause. Gabe only sleeps during podcasts he's supposed to be a guest on.
That's true. Oh, man. That right in the head.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Like, I think he naps
Ouch.
3-hour increments occasionally throughout the day, and then that's just it.
He's going to catch this in like 15 seconds because he says I'm listening, and then he's going to be like, oh, my face.
Gabe, don't drop the plate. He's doing dishes.
No, that was Peter.
No. Oh, Peter. Oh.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Learn to read,
Anyway.
Jesper. Moving on.
Moving on. Well, Gabe should be doing the dishes. That's the problem.
True. So join that group. You do have to download the app first, and you click on that link, and it'll bring it right to our group. It doesn't show your telephone number or your information. That's kind of hidden, so it kind of gives a little bit of privacy. Right. Although I figured out that I couldn't message you, but you could message me, which was kind of weird because your phone number is not on there because you joined by that link.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I said PM me, and then all of a sudden she messaged me, and then we could communicate. I'm like, well, that's scammy.
Maybe the auto privacy settings are.
I don't know. I think it's because when we set it up, we put our phone numbers in, but I thought, well, if we're going to have this group, I don't want to have everyone's phone number. I don't need everyone's phone number.
Right.
So that link, it just kind of gives it a little so you can't creep on
Gabe
people.
messaged me, though.
I tried. I couldn't find. Maybe it's operator error. I don't know.
I'm sure it is.
Shut up. Ben's already leaning back. He's always got his lean back time. We're not even into the news yet. Okay. Next up, our Facebook event is coming up 2 weeks.
Yep. 29th.
From Saturday, right?
Saturday, 2 weeks.
Yep.
It's at the park out in Jenison. And again, remember to go on our Facebook page on the event and specify if you are actually planning on coming. It's pretty important for us to kind of have an idea as to how many people is coming, so we know exactly how much food to purchase. But we should be okay. So just kind of let us know.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind, put a comment on there just stating, if you're going to be yourself or how many you guys going to bring for the family. I just want to get an idea.
Yes, we're obsessed with RSV.
Formalities.
Which I totally understand. I get it. But we're already going to have the meat. So.
Well, true.
I mean, we already got it. So, if 6 people come or 60, I think we're covered.
I don't
know.
Is there a specific side you guys want?
Whatever size you want that fits to burgers and hot dogs.
Macaroni and cheese.
So, and again,
Okay. Sure.
Oh,
I know. Hot dogs and mac and cheese is solid. I'm
it's good,
down.
but who brings mac and cheese as a dish to pass? I mean, macaroni salad.
well,
I mean, you're going to eat cold mac and cheese?
It's still good.
If you're going to talk, you need to turn your mic on or get up to the mic. Yeah.
I like cold pizza.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I love cold pizza.
so Vaughn, yeah, I'm pretty sure there will be enough food for 100 people.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yep. And then the newsletter is also for June. And who did we feature on that?
Rideshare Kings.
Rideshare Kings. Yep.
Okay.
So
Felix.
Felix from Rideshare Kings. He's another one of the national groups, and he's a pretty cool guy. So read the newsletter.
Yep. That link's in the. What do we call that? Where it's at on Facebook, like not the comment section, the title,
The information section?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what you call it. The post, the main
It's in the post.
It's in the post. Okay.
Introduction.
Yes.
I don't know.
And then the last thing is the Patreon. We are actually revamping and going to. Oh, heads up, Larry. We'll have to change some things. We're going to a different site. We're actually going to Patreon, so we're gonna have some special rewards for that, and we actually recorded a video tonight. It was kind of cool. We had cue cards and everything.
Yeah.
And I had to do like 7 takes, but these guys did it in one. I'm like, I don't know why.
Sounds about right.
Right.
Larry's not even on. What?
I saw him earlier. He's not on right now? He's dead. He's dead to us. He was. I swore I saw him.
He's been busy
post.
lately. He's had a lot going on.
Yeah, with his
No.
17 kids.
He's not here.
No, I swear I saw a comment earlier from him. But anyways,
I'm thinking Paula might want to sign up for this Patreon.
I'm thinking too.
You know?
Okay, we got Crypto Kitty on YouTube. Ruger the Uber cat.
Yep.
He asked where would Dave the Uber slave. You know what? He never. After we said we were not really interested in Trip, it kind of went south with. Not south. He just kind of. We never really connected after that. So
It might come back. We'll see.
Yeah,
I still am waiting to see the Trip app. But we won't go down that path.
we're not going to go down that. Anyways, carry on.
And it keeps getting shared on the National Women's page, and I
Does
just type underneath it scam and keep going.
Well, we
That's my
don't
only
know. We
comment.
don't know for sure that it's a scam, right? But
Possible
we just
scam.
haven't seen it. So
Let's face it. I mean, here we are going. We're digressing. Let's face it. It costs so much money to get that. I mean,
sure.
but I just wish they wouldn't. They're doing it in a weird way. They're just trying to suck all this money in, and then
Right.
they're trying to get those people to fund whatever they're doing.
Yes.
No matter what, I think it's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
And I hope it comes to something.
No, for sure.
But we just don't know.
But look at even
and it
Juno.
feels weird.
Look at Juno. I mean,
Sure.
they haven't been able to expand because it costs a shit ton of money to
Yes.
do all that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And by the way, shit ton that's a technical term in this case.
is it really?
Yeah, it is.
Is it in Urban Dictionary or regular dictionary?
Could be.
Don't look it up on Urban
I
Dictionary.
promise you it's an Urban Dictionary.
It's gonna go south real quick. So yeah, I think that's it for the things that I want to talk about, except CarStar Impact of Cascade. So these guys do an amazing job. They're located on 36th Street, right near the airport. They do keep a bay open for rideshare drivers or really anyone that uses their car for work, Amazon Flexers, Grubhub, or whatever, to get an estimate and try to get you in and fixed right away. They are focusing on their detail now, so they do a full detail job. I don't know prices. You'll have to call.
Go and touch Steve.
Yeah, and their number is 954-9200. It's on
And
the
if
screen.
you're from out of state, 616-954-9.
I like how Jesper
Wow.
really corrects my ad placement, but yeah, he just walks in here and just sits down. Like everything's prepared for him. Just like, his wife's making dinner. He just sits down and she does all the work. And I do all the work.
Of course
and
she does all the work.
And you're critiquing me.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm just improving on it.
Whatever. All right, you do the next ad, you Danish mumble mouth.
What? How far are we?
Wow.
I meant in general. Okay, giveaway time. Please comment on the live stream with hashtag car. Can we do hashtag CarStar of Impact of Cascade?
I don't care.
Bet. Look at him. He's screwing around. I have to take a picture of that.
That is a mask of nightmares.
And it's upside down.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry.
Let's just stick to the hashtags for now.
All right. Hashtag car care kit. Car care kit. Yeah, I said that right.
Car care kit.
Car care kit.
It's really nice. Like I've actually seen it from my mother
Oh, yeah.
winning it, and it's a very nice little kit.
Yeah, it has. What did I say last time? We're giving away a bucket. Yeah. You provide your own water and soap. It comes with what, like tire shine?
Yep, a soap, a
Why
bud
don't you
goop
just speak?
thing. Microfiber towels and whatnot. The bucket, window cleaner. Anything you could need, honestly.
Right.
Literally anything you could use to clean a car
Yeah.
is in the bucket.
Well, that's cool. And
There's 7 or 8 products.
And after you're done cleaning your car, you can use the bucket for a puke bucket.
yes, you
There you
can.
go.
I mean, I wouldn't make sure you sanitize it for you.
Empty it in between rides.
Oh.
And if you're from out of state, you'll get a gift card.
Yep, it's to Napa. If you're out of state, we've never. Oh wait, Paula's a Trip girl. Sorry,
Well-
I hate. I shouldn't look at the comments.
But she did. She did say it sounds shady. She did say that.
Oh, she did.
But
She invested the $200. Then
I don't know. She
Anyways.
said she's a Trip girl. So again, I'm all for the concept. I just want to see it.
Okay. Hashtag car care kit. What are we thinking? 10-15, Ben?
Sure. 10-15. I'm writing down
Wake,
the
I know.
numbers.
wake up, Ben.
Okay, rideshare in the news. So I have to give. Oh crap! I forgot to look that guy up.
Who?
Oh, the Gig Economy Lounge. I got this first news piece. It's really not a news piece, but I wanted to talk about it. It's called Gridwise. You can download the app. If you're in Grand Rapids, it does not work yet, but it does work in Detroit, and maybe check your market. So Gridwise, go to your Google Play Store or your iTunes or Apple and download it. It's amazing. What it basically does is provides you information. So everyone has a flight tracker, right? Oh, okay, there's 5 flights coming in at 11, from 11 to 12. What this does is tell you how many people are coming in. So you might have 5 flights come in, but how full are they?
Right.
I don't know how they get the data, have no idea, but it works, I guess. And they also are able to tell you when events are getting out, if they're getting out early, how many people are at the event.
Yeah.
I don't know. And this guy talked about it from the Gig Economy Lounge. I got it. All right. I should have wrote that down. But I think it's a game changer. I really didn't want to tell any of y'all about it, but it wasn't in Grand Rapids, so I'm like, whatever.
I've sat at the airport before and seen 3 planes come in and not gotten a ride. And it's
Right.
probably because there weren't a whole lot of people on them.
Well, let's think about this. How many connections do you have to make to get to Grand Rapids? So they're probably going to Detroit,
Right.
either dumping a bunch of people, and how many people are actually
Right.
coming, on that Delta plane or United or whatever. So
Right.
it could be a game changer, because if you go, there's 2 flights coming in, but there's only 400 people, and you're like, it sounds like a lot, but I'm just throwing a number out there.
Right.
I don't know how much.
When there's 30 or 40 rideshare drivers and only 10% of them are actually using
Right.
rideshare.
I mean, how much does a normal plane hold? Like, what is a 737?
No idea.
I don't know anything about
No,
planes.
I was just like, I didn't know. When I said 400, I'm like, that sounds like a lot of people, but maybe, I don't know. But anyways, it's called Gridwise. Yeah, Gridwise.
We digress.
It's really weird. Shut up. Gridwise.io. What is that? Instead of .com, instead of .net or
It's just one of the new.
Do you always worry about when it doesn't say .com or .org? You're like,
sometimes
ugh.
if it's a weird combination of letters, I'm like, is this like somebody hacking me?
Right.
Going
I
to
always
this website?
worried that maybe that's at least, at least I'm not the only one.
Nope.
Let's see. Who can't hear me? What did you say? What did you
I was
Try it,
being
but
sarcastic.
you can't do it here.
I don't know what she's even talking
You were
about.
talking about useless information because we can't try it here yet.
Gridwise.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Old man. All right. Next up is it's just kind of a funny picture. Ben will post it. But it says, "This is your Grubhub driver, John. Do you need change for a tip?" That's weird anyways. Why would you text somebody that? The guy says, "No, I don't tip. Sorry." He goes, "No problem. I'll have another driver get your order. We work on tips alone. I hope you understand." He goes, "Sir, I can assure you I understand the whole tipping scenario. You see, I'm trying to pass a law on minimum tip wages."
So if you're, it's
I know
weird,
you're all about the tipping thing, and
but
why
you
would
don't want to tip.
I know? I just think I like how that guy was respectful. Like, hey, no problem. Well, I'm just not going to deliver your food.
Right.
And I would have said something else like no, I don't tip. I'm like, listen, you know what I mean? But
Right.
I just thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah. It's part of the reason I don't like to do food delivery.
It depends on the food delivery. Uber Eats, disaster.
Yeah.
But like Grubhub, when I get a notification, I know how much I'm making before
Okay.
I accept the ride
That's good.
or the delivery. But DoorDash, I know there's been some talk about them stealing tips or adding
Yes.
it to
Or
to make the
Instacart,
minimum.
too.
Oh, is it Instacart too?
Yeah. That they reduce what they're paying out and add the tip in, so it's still the same amount of money, but the tip is covering your wage, not the
Yeah,
company.
that's shady. One of them
It's-
came out and
I
said
think
that
it's
they weren't going to
illegal.
do it. Yeah, I think it is too. I think they're skirting the law with the subcontractor though, the 1099 thing.
Right.
So. Okay, Ben.
So Uber girl says that it's a plane can hold 257 passengers.
Oh, okay. That's how much 757 holds. Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Guys, don't forget the giveaway at 10:15, hashtag car care kit. Next up, this is nothing to do to rideshare related, but this is about the zipper merge, and I'm sure we're going to get lots of opinions on this.
Yeah.
So this is just kind of a video about that.
Not the jerk. I'm not jumping the line. I'm just using the road that's available to me.
West Michigan drivers, take note. This guy has a message for you, especially if you're an early merger in construction zones.
He turned to 24-hour news 8 after an aggressive lane blocker nearly ran into him and he almost hit a wall. Target 8 investigator Susan Samples has this story all new at 6.
So I'm sorry if anyone thinks that I'm the jerk for using the open lane.
No doubt Andrew Anglin got called jerk or worse by the vigilante lane blockers who tried to cut him off this week when he failed to get over right away for a lane closure on 131 south of Grand Rapids.
In the semi, he was really going to force me into the wall. He was really aggressive about it.
So a frustrated Anglin shot us a desperate email.
I did because more people should know. More people should know that we can use both lanes.
Use both lanes up to the merge point? We can? We should? We took a ride with MDOT to find out.
It's not the Michigan law that you have to move over immediately once a backup starts.
Not Michigan law, but MDOT construction engineer Nate Van Drunen says drivers here do tend to get over as soon as they can and get mad at those who don't.
It's definitely a very strong mindset that people have. And the zipper merge is a major change in mindset.
The zipper merge. It's what Andrew Anglin was trying to do, and it's a technique other states are promoting heavily.
We're going to tell you about the zipper merge, the correct, safe, and polite way to merge within construction zones.
In a zipper merge, drivers are instructed to use both lanes up to a single merge point and then take turns merging into the open lane like a zipper.
So the number one goal is reducing the queue length or the length of the backup.
It's also safer because it helps traffic flow at a more consistent speed.
Everybody stayed moving.
MDOT clearly designates certain zipper merge sites, like this one on East 96 west of Leonard. But the agency says if it's not a clearly marked zipper zone, drivers should merge when they think it's safest based on traffic flow. What they should never do, says MDOT, is try to take the law into their own hands by blocking the open lane.
I was a little put off, and I was also put in danger. Not only slowed down, but put in danger.
Fortunately, he was able to avoid those lane blockers. MDOT stopped short of advising drivers to always zipper merge. If traffic volume is high and moving fast, you can get over anytime as soon as you want to. But MDOT also said that Andrew Anglin was doing nothing wrong. You can use both lanes, and some states are actually urging people to resist merging early because that just leads to more backups. Back to you.
Okay, before we discuss, I want everyone's opinion on what they do for that. Jesper, what do you do when you're in that situation?
So I like the zipper merge, but I rarely do.
You rarely do it?
I rarely do it. I pull in.
Are you, do you pull in because you're worried about going down that lane and someone being an a-hole, or you just pull in just try to be nice?
No, I'm with the first.
Okay. What about you?
Same thing. I just don't want to get
You're
hit,
worried.
so I just get over. But I also have been guilty of being the person up to the front who then goes right in the middle and blocks everybody else.
Ooh.
I've been that jerk.
No, you can't do that.
Oh, apparently.
Well, I mean, everyone knows when they do that. That's against the law. I mean, you're impeding traffic. Benjamin?
I am a very defensive driver. I will go in the passing lane and fly to the front and then merge.
Okay, so that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what I do.
You know, I was listening to Zane's podcast the other day, and he said it was not true at the end, but he goes as fast as he can, and he gets as close to the cars as he can, because if somebody pulls out, I mean, it's all over. I don't think he actually does that, but there is some truth to that. If you look in your mirror and someone's going like, whoa, you're like, I'm not trying to block this guy,
right?
But I don't know. I honestly do get over. I don't do the zipper merge because I'm worried people are going to lose their shit on me if I do it.
I've only done it a couple times, like the blocking, and it's when I'm already super angry at the merge.
Right.
And then I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I just want to get through, and I'm going to get through by blocking everybody else. I know it's a terrible attitude to have, but I've done it.
Several times on the highway, I've seen road rage and people screaming at each other. I'm like, man, I'm just going to sit back here.
Oh yeah, no, I'll never go that far.
Right.
I'm not rolling a window down.
Well, the problem is if you're
anyone.
blocking somebody,
I'm starting it.
You're starting it. Whether you're going to engage it or not, somebody wants to kill somebody.
Exactly.
I saw one today who was supposed to do the zipper merge, and he was supposed to pull in. He didn't. He used his shoulder, and he stayed in the shoulder.
What do you mean?
He just drove.
Well,
like it was a Beamer. He just thought like he was using.
Why would he be on the shoulder if the lane was open?
It was in the other side, so it was just weird.
So he went further to the right around everybody and drove down.
Oh, so
yeah.
What the hell?
It was just. Yeah, it was not pretty.
I do. Today I was stuck in some insane traffic, and I don't ever really have to deal with that, but it is frustrating. Like, I literally sat through like 25 light cycles. Yeah. And I was just like, I'm like, okay, calm down. There's nothing I can do. Like, I just need to kick back, whatever.
You were talking about it. You were not happy.
I was not happy. I wasn't happy, but yeah.
At least newer cars now, like even when you're stuck at a light, your air conditioning still works. At least my car does. Like in old cars, when you'd sit at a light long enough, eventually your air conditioning would slowly get warmer and warmer and warmer.
Yeah,
in old cars.
Yeah,
which is what I had before this.
Okay,
and this one, it just stays cold. So it's much easier to not have road rage when you're not like sweating, just trying to move the car and get the AC going.
Vaughn said you need signs. We in fact have one of our construction zone that actually says use the zipper method, and I still have not used it. I'm just.
Well, and you don't. Nobody uses the zipper method in that zone.
The problem is, if not everyone's, if you need almost 50% to do it before it starts working. But I was telling Megan about the M6 interchange where people are getting off and we're getting on, and that's literally what that is. And it works fine. Everyone gets it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know why we can't do that down at the end of the barrel, because somebody feels like we're you're being mean and you're not. Yeah, whatever.
Right.
Moving on. I digress.
We're good at that.
Yes, we are.
Even though the dude in that video really kind of made me want to punch him in the face.
He's a little douchey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no sympathy for that, man.
I think what happened was the way the video started out, like it didn't work into it, and he was just like,
yeah, it was bad.
Typical millennial.
He did look like a millennial. All right,
Excuse
Jesper.
you.
Are you a millennial?
Yes, I'm 28.
Well, I wasn't going to ask your age.
God, half my age. What is up with that?
Not half. What? You're 56?
Why are you here? No, not quite.
Nice math.
All right, old farts.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, next, Jesper's going to talk about what
Lyft has learned after completing 50,000 rides in self-driving taxis.
Which is scary.
First of all, I thought it was pretty crazy that they completed 50,000 rides.
Yeah, I didn't even know they were testing it in this
I knew they were
amount.
testing it, but yeah, like that is crazy. So apparently people like it. For people who read the article, people like it. So the average ride rating is 4.97 out of 5. 92% of riders felt very safe or extremely safe during the ride. And 95% of riders was the first time they drove in a self-driving car. And then one rider had taken 14 self-driving rides. So, not a lot of repeat business.
No.
But, people, they say, when they come back, they want to do it. They want to do it again.
I wonder how they approached. Did they tell the passenger, did a text come over when they requested a lift? Hey, you're going to be in a self-driving car?
It seems like it is because they're using this service called Aptiv. So I'm assuming that they know that it's a self-driving car. So, yeah. But we still, we've talked about it before, right? There's still a long way to go, right? Because very few states in the union allow self-driving vehicles, and it's
Greg says, does the self-driving car stop at drive-thrus?
Probably if you actually put it in the app beforehand.
It probably would. I don't know, man, though. How is it going to know to stop at the right window?
How does it know anything?
Sam's like, how does it know anything?
Well,
this world is crazy.
It's all sensors. And if you actually look at the technology behind it, the self-driving is way more safe than...
I'm sure.
I agree 100%.
It just won't be safe until you get all people off
or at least a good
people driving off the road.
That's not true. That's not
I just
true.
see us screwing it up for the tech.
Right. I don't know. Everyone has the opinion of. Someone will say, "Oh, I think self-driving cars are 2 years away," and some people will say, "I think it's 15 years away."
Larry's here.
Hey, Larry.
Larry.
We already hated on you because you weren't here early. Way to have a life. But I personally like to drive. I mean, that's what I do.
Yes.
Peter says self-driving cars are pretty good at doing zipper merge.
You know what? Best
They
line of
probably
the night.
are. Yep.
That wins.
Boom, boom.
That wins.
There you go,
that
Peter.
wins
I like it.
That
Like
wins
it.
it. That
No,
wins
but
it.
I see it at least being a generation away before it's.
Oh, yeah.
the
What
common
what
thing.
does the generation mean? Like, isn't a generation 100 years?
No. Like 10, 15.
Yeah, no.
Look it up, Ben.
Maybe 20, but
Stop leaning back in your chair and look it up.
We
like
had,
if I were to
enjoying the
have
show.
kids, which I'm not,
Say that again?
if I were to have kids, it would be their generation. I think that would be bigger on
Okay,
self-driving
if you're looking
cars.
at like my kids. My
Right.
kids are I have
Yeah.
an older boy, but the younger
Yeah.
ones are 11 and 8.
Right.
I think you're right. We're 10, 15 years away from being a regular thing in our markets.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, semis might happen a little sooner.
Oh yeah. I totally agree. That scares me even
Yes,
more
'cause
You
they're
got
so
this
big.
loaded down.
Well, but I think we're gonna see other improvements in the semi industry. And so, I mean, the reason why semis are around, they're moving cargo, right? And I think we're seeing there's going to be other improvements, and we're going to get the cargo off the streets. I'm convinced of it.
What do you mean?
Well, they're going to use other means of moving cargo. I mean,
Like drones?
The tube with the tube industry. That's kind of happening.
Tubes everywhere.
No, but
Like
no.
the Jetsons.
Are you high?
No, I'm absolutely not high, and I totally believe that's going to come.
I would much more see a drone before a tube underground.
Yeah.
Not on the ground, idiot. No, it's.
But if you put it
Next to-
above
next
ground,
to-
it's going to be in the way of things. Is
Well,
it
and
gonna,
it
like-
will be. It will be.
Wait,
tube.
this is like I'm totally like wow. So you're saying they're developing a tube system to run
they
next
already are. They are already connected to cities, and they are. Yeah, absolutely. They have a test.
So like you do
tube
with the bank.
in Nevada.
You put the thing in the bank, and
Yeah,
it goes into the
absolutely.
bank. and-
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's for people.
No. Yep.
I thought that was for people.
No, it's real. No, they haven't. The technology is not there for people yet because they haven't solved the inertia problem inside the tube. But for
Put passengers in pods.
yeah, they want to put passengers in pods.
Yeah, I'm going to get in one of those. Claustrophobic?
But
Here, take this Xanax before
right
you get
now
in.
they can move what's it called?
Cargo?
Yeah.
Interesting. I just don't see that before a drone or
Yeah. I mean, Amazon's test. They just got permission from the FAA to do more drone stuff.
But let's look at how much you can move at a time. Drone
Yeah,
can't.
you
Right.
can't move
They can't do
600
heavy
600 tons of cargo in a drone.
and how fast that actually can go. I mean, that's
Right.
I mean, that's faster than an airplane.
30 minutes, Los Angeles to Las Vegas.
There you go.
Wow.
The Hyperloop,
Wow.
yeah.
But we're definitely not going to see that.
I mean, at that
we'll be
point, you can
long
order
dead
takeout
before
with
we see
that.
it. I know they're testing it, but it's not going to be a full.
No, but I'm just saying, 2 cities already signed up to be connected to that,
okay.
which is should happen within the next millennium.
Who's paying for that?
Probably Elon Musk.
It's Virgin.
No, he doesn't own it anymore.
It said Virgin.
He
That-
sold it to Virgin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. so-
Okay. Greg says Hyperloop is a scam. Google Thunderfoot Hyperloop. I don't even know what that is, but
Anyways.
we're
It
getting.
sounds bad.
I don't care what the name of it is. The technology is here, and they're going to develop
Right.
it.
What I was going to say earlier about the self-driving semis is I feel like they're actually probably going to be safer because it's most highway stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're not like inner city trying to
No.
turn and, people. I mean, I just feel it's safer on the highway, because
Whether it's the self-driving semi or the Hyperloop or whatever it is, we're going to see big changes in the future as to how we're moving cargo. I'm convinced of it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We need to draw a winner.
10:16.
Yeah,
You're
we're a minute late.
Darn.
Did we have
I
any
didn't
else?
even finish talking about my article.
Did we have any else? Oh, you're still. I'm sorry, Jesper. I thought you were done.
No, it's okay.
Usually, when you're done, we're discussing it. So,
it's fine.
gosh, that comment about the self-driving cars
Yeah.
and the zipper. I just scrolled basket. I'm trying to see if there's anyone else. I think we just have the 3, Benny.
Yep.
Pick a number between 1 and 3, Sam.
Well, we only had
1.
We only had what? What'd you say?
There's only 3?
I guess there was like 13 people on here. How do you like?
Nobody wants a car care kit.
I know it's What is there any on YouTube?
No.
Nope.
Hey Jim on YouTube, what's up?
So is that our number? Number 1?
Come on, guys. Seriously, 3 people? Y'all don't want a freaking gift card? I mean, it's like free money or a car care kit if you're local.
Okay. Do you want to do? No,
I said 1.
2. Anyways.
All right, 1.
Keith Farmer.
Keith
Farner.
Farmer.
However you say it,
Keith Farner.
I may have slaughtered that, but you know.
Farmer?
Farner.
We have a winner.
Keith Farner, message us on our page.
Greg just hashtagged it. Damn it, we should have waited about a 15-second delay.
Oh, that's right. You know.
Anyways.
It happens.
There you go. Fantastic.
So, gaming the system. California. Frickin' California.
Of course.
Keith is from Louisville.
Louisville? All right. I said it right. Louisville. You gotta kind of gotta say it like you're drunk.
Yeah, most of them are.
So basically, I say that all the time. Typical California, they want drivers to be employees. That's what it boils down to. I mean, I'm not going to get into minutia of exactly what it is, but why do they want to do this? Because they want benefits and 401ks and all that stuff. I mean,
I think they're under the delusion that they're going to get paid like $25 an hour on a secure basis because they were making that before, and now it'll just be guaranteed. When really, it's going to be like $15 an hour.
Well, the second, we've talked about this before, but the second you're an employee, now you got to work at their hours.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have a boss. I mean, we technically all have a boss. It's Uber and Lyft.
Right. But no, it's probably going to be much more similar to the way Amazon does things, where you have to sign up for a time slot.
Yeah.
That's when you get to work. You have to take every single ride that pops in.
Yeah. I do hate that part about Amazon because you feel like, oh, this is my boss. They're telling me to be here at 2 and I got to be here at 2.
Even though you signed up for it.
Right. It says as employees, drivers would have some stability and predictability after seeing their earnings decline in what had once been a reasonable lucrative gig. That's so annoying. I don't know. What do y'all think about that, Jesper?
Oh no, I don't agree with it at all.
Yeah, I mean, what industry or work would you agree with it? Like, if you were a drywaller, I don't know. That's another subcontractor, or a painter, or would you? I don't know. It's just 2 separate things. Like, this is how this employer wants to pay their like, I don't understand.
Yeah, but they are not an employer. They're giving us a tool that we can use to get income.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of another.
Then don't drive. Don't.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't want to use it, don't use it. Move on.
The only thing we don't have as independent contractors that maybe other contractors have is the right to negotiate. Like, if you're hired for a job in other independent contractor positions,
that's a good point.
You get to say,
this
negotiate
is my
a little
bid.
bit. Yeah.
This is like, I'm going to do this drywall job for $500. And he says, like, no, I can't pay. I'm like, okay, what about $450?
We don't get to do that. But that's the
true.
only thing. Beyond that, we have pretty legit freedom.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, what is another business that's like Uber and Lyft?
But yet you have the right to turn down the ride.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
but
you don't have to drive it.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I mean, and I know that I drive in the hot zones, or I drive the times where you can actually make money and stuff like that. I get it, but it's like,
and maybe because a lot of these people are full-time drivers. I don't know. Like, I'm a full-time driver, and I still don't want any of these things. If I want health insurance, I will go buy my own health insurance.
I do understand how they're frustrated, especially
Yes.
the full-times, and they made all this ball and money. I totally get that.
And California has cut rates significantly. So it's a little bit rougher there.
But isn't that always the case? I mean, it happened to be this right now, and
it just sucks because you can't go anywhere else. A drywaller can say, no, I'm not doing it for that. I'm going to go work for this guy. He's going to pay me double. You know what I mean? We just don't have any options. It's either like, it's this, or you go find another job, which
you can go find another, you just said it. You can go find another job.
Right. Not in the same industry, though.
Right.
True.
There's not a ton of... True. There's not enough competition in the rideshare industry to benefit drivers in any way.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the monopoly of, it's either AT&T or Comcast. Like, those are your two options. And some people don't even have those options. It's just Comcast. Right.
Yeah.
So... anyways,
I don't know.
I digress.
It just frustrates me.
Oh, boy.
What?
YouTube's going... talking about cryptocurrency, and no one monitors that page. Like, yes, we're supposed to, but he stays on Facebook.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
You said you would.
Ay vey. Gabe says 15 cars sitting at the airport lot.
And he was there for 2 minutes and got it right. That happens to me all the time, though. I'll be there, and there's like 10 dudes outside talking, having a good time.
I want to talk about that. I forgot to write this down. It was Uber Phil said, he thinks a lot of the Lyft drivers are not hanging out in the lot. They're hanging out ahead.
Yeah, at the car place. Yeah, the car rental place. There's a ton of cars out front at the budget hall.
Well, no, even over by, as you're going around the curve, there's that big building.
There's a hangar there,
Yep.
So I think if they're not driving Uber, they're like, well, why were we going to sit in the lot? Lyft doesn't make us go in there, so let's get it. Because I have not been getting very many Lyft airport rides anymore. I mean, I get a few here and there when it's busy.
I get more on Lyft than I do on Uber.
So I typically do, but since that new lot is open, I have not gotten as very many. And why doesn't Lyft have a queue? I don't understand.
And why does the app show us the queue in, Ohio or South Bend?
The Lyft app does?
Yeah, they have a queue in other cities.
Yeah.
And they show us the one in like South Bend or something.
I don't think Lyft thinks it's big enough.
I mean, it's not.
But the airport they're showing us only ever has one driver in it.
Well,
really?
Yeah.
I was just going to bring up the app, but
anyways, Lyft suck anyways.
Hey.
Just because you aren't allowed to drive.
Hey, I'm allowed. I can do what I want.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm. And it's for...
You're just mad because you can't wear your jacket anymore.
South Bend, Indiana.
I can wear my jacket if I want
I don't know why I need that.
That's weird. Pete, I have a jacket.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Sam just hit her 1,000 rides too, and they said her jacket's going to be here in about 2 weeks.
Yep. 2 weeks.
Move your phone, Sam.
Oh,
for one thing, your phone. Anytime you get near the wire, it gets wonky. Okay. All right. Sorry, got distracted. Scroll. So basically, don't live in California.
Yeah.
California sucks. Just kidding. I mean, it's beautiful. But next up, we're just going to play some audio. I wanted to play the video. I could not steal it. Some of these videos, it's hard to find where you can actually download them, but it's just the audio. And it's about the dad from the woman that was murdered in South Carolina, and he has a few ideas on how we can make the safe, the ride safer. Sorry, I got distracted. They already passed a law that they're going to add a plate for the front. You have to have a front plate now, but he had a couple other ideas, and we're going to play that audio.
But not in all states, though, right?
I think it's just in South Carolina right now.
Right.
And then, Keith, if you're listening, you need to message our page to win.
Your mom is not in on our joke.
No, she's not. She's very confused right now.
Oh, boy. So we're going to play that audio, and then we'll discuss.
There's really some three key things that for us that is important. And one of them is that there are 19 states that do not have a front license plate on them. Right? So if you're in South Carolina, you're waiting for a car to pull up, you don't know what it is.
It's harder to match with what's on your
You're not
the right car.
You're right. I mean, listen, I've taken Ubers how many times? I don't go in the back of the car and look at the license plate. So for me, I'm not saying let's pass a federal law that all cars must have it, but if you're going to be in the rideshare program, then an Uber or Lyft, make that a mandate.
Front license plate, right.
Front license plate, right? Now you see it coming up.
Sure.
Another really key thing for me, and the technology's out there, it's being used today, and it's having a QR code, right? Some kind of bar on the back of the window of the driver's side and the passenger side. I have my phone.
Scan it.
It turns green, that's my ride.
Right, makes sense.
If it's red, it's not my ride.
Right.
And then another safety thing is, and it's all out there, it's open the door and you ask, what's my name?
Yeah.
It's a confirmation. These are all steps that need to happen, and there's not one thing that's to all be, right? But I think that QR code, that barcode and the front license plate, it's really
simple technology.
Yeah, it's out there.
Yeah.
And if you have a stranger that's going to try and, scoop up someone, they're not going to be able to.
Right.
Code.
There's no way a drunken idiot at 2:30 in the morning is going to be able to scan a QR code.
Before we're not ripping on this guy per se. He lost his daughter, and I am so glad that he is advocating for more safety. It's going to be a game changer what he's doing.
Yes,
but he says, "Oh, who's going to go look at the back of the car?" I mean, that's much easier than trying to do this.
Yes, and honestly, I get people. Over half of my riders go check my license plate.
But since all the okay, I wouldn't say half but
I get a lot of them, especially the women. But I get a few dudes too, and I'm like, oh, great! I'm glad you did it. You still should.
So I think it brings up some interesting points, though, and I think there is lots of opportunities for improvement, but I think the QR thing is kind of over and done with. Why not utilize the NFC of the phones?
See, here's the problem. I'm so dumb. I don't really know what the NFC. It's near field
sensors.
No, it's communication.
Or whatever, yeah. Near field NFC. Okay, so but the app can turn it on. So you say you don't know how to turn it on. You can have the app automatically turn those things on. So they have to be turned on to use the apps. So why not do that? Why not have? I mean, all phones today have NFCs.
I mean, it would eliminate people being able to order rides for other people.
So what?
That's true.
That's a security risk anyway.
I don't like doing those anyways.
I agree, but I don't think Uber's ever going to give up that money.
Do you think my tablet has that? Like I run Lyft on my tablet.
You're not supposed to run on a tablet.
Who said that?
I just said that.
He said he sent a couple of messages,
I'm
Ben.
sure your tablet can still do that.
I didn't know. It's a basic, Samsung tablet. I don't even, like I said, I don't know much about the NFC. I mean, I kind of understand.
But it was just an idea too. I mean, again, I think there's opportunities for doing something automatically. Yeah, as opposed to doing the QR code. Because I agree, I don't think that there's any way drunk people can.
Well, what if it's just simple as a GPS? I mean, they can they know where we are as you're getting closer. I mean, once you can set up a parameter that says when you get within 5 feet of this other phone,
like dropping a package.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But maybe you're not even able to start the ride until the other phone is within range.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. There's a ton of options there. I like all those. I mean, I think the QR one. I mean, I don't know. You need it automatic. If you're making
it has to be automatic.
If you're making the passenger do one more step,
right,
other than just looking, if they have to swipe something up and scan it.
Right. I mean, I guess you could have it set up that when your passenger's in the car, you push a button and it alerts them. If they don't push the confirm button, then you can't go.
That's true too.
Yeah. I mean, or they could do the whole the once you're within range, now they get a code and they have to give the code to the passenger.
It goes back to what if they're too drunk, and B, what if their phone dies?
Right.
And, Uber's not going to pass up on that money.
Or C, what if they're ordering for another passenger?
Right. There's a lot of...
Yep.
Yeah, they need to come up with some sort of happy medium of being extra safe, but not costing them money in regards to losing rides.
Yeah.
Right. So Uber started doing the whole thing about, hey, so-and-so is supposed to be in your car. Is he? That kind of stuff. So we'll see. I mean, I think the big things about this message, though, is they are going to. They have to up the security, and I think they will.
I'm sure they're working on it right now, but it's not an easy feat. You know, we say, come on, just do it, but
not at all.
I'm interested to see what they're going to do.
There's something they can do that's not going to make everyone's life a little bit harder, and they have to find the best way to do it.
And I'm okay with that a little bit, but you can't make it harder for the. I mean, we always. Although I wonder what the percentage of drunk people that take Ubers and not drunk, because like if it's more, I would guess it's more not drunk.
Yeah, because really you're only picking most of your drunk people up in like a 2-hour time frame at night.
Yeah,
the vast majority of them.
What about day drinkers?
What about Vegas?
I said the majority. But like the other 22 hours of the day, odds are your passenger sober.
Right.
Ish.
Yeah.
Soberish.
Well, I would say in the next 6 months, we're going to see a feature.
We're going to see improvements, some kind of improvements.
And I'm all for it.
Absolutely.
If I have to tap 1 or 2 more buttons, whoop-de-frickin' do. If it makes someone safer and someone not die, I'm all for it.
Don't tell my mother that. She already thinks there's too many buttons.
Oh. Does she drive?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She does the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to help her.
Yeah.
So, the next story is okay. I'm not gonna lie. This video, maybe it was a weak moment today when I was at work, but I actually teared up. It's actually a good video about.
Wait, you have emotions?
What?
The teary had tears?
Oh, Ben uses that stupid joke. Gosh, I'm 43. I've never heard that before. It's about an Uber driver that picked up someone from the hospital and we'll let the story tell it. You ready, Ben? Or are you just chilling?
I'm listening. I was thinking of another joke.
He's listening to another podcast.
You're teary-eyed because you have 2 eyes in your.
Oh, that was bad.
Wow. Did you hear it trail off at the end?
Do you want another go at that one?
Play the video.
An Uber driver is now changing the life of a local veteran.
Lauren picked up 89-year-old Ronald from the hospital and thought she would earn a quick fare. Caitlin Ross reports instead she has made a lifelong friend.
Lauren knew Mr. Ronald needed help right away. He was in bad shape when she picked him up at the hospital, and when she got to his house, she found out it was even worse.
I thought I was going to be greeted by family members. Honestly, I thought somebody, a brother, sister, son, daughter.
Ronald Debner is all alone. His Uber driver, Lauren, walked him to the door and was horrified at the conditions he was living in.
And I was like, do you have anybody that's coming back out here to help you? Do you have anybody that checks on you? And he said no, he has absolutely nobody.
Lauren spent hours on the phone that day trying to find someone who could help. His wife and 2 sons all passed away, and it was clear he was struggling.
Everybody said if he's mentally, he's fine. He's just older. So nobody will help.
So she started cleaning up herself. She got on a pair of gloves and cleaned his kitchen and bathrooms before reaching out to her Facebook friends for help. They turned out by the dozens.
Every day I'm so thankful that these people who give so much of themselves are willing to come and help an otherwise perfect stranger in their time of need.
The group calls him Mr. Ronald, and they're not only taking care of him and his home, they're taking care of his dog, too.
Homer loves them, and they take care of Homer.
A rescue group is getting Homer food and all of his shots. The volunteers cleaned his house and ripped up his carpets. But out of all that work, Mr. Ronald says he's most grateful for their time.
Friendship, to be together with people who care. I just don't have the words to explain how grateful I am, how thankful I am. God bless them all.
Lauren says Mr. Ronald has been a blessing to all of them as well.
For the rest of my life, I will never forget it.
I'll never forget you either, God.
And I love them all.
She set up a Facebook group called Helping Mr. Ronald, and there's still plenty to do. They're trying to organize a meal train and get him a new mattress. They want to build a fence for his dog, Homer. If you want to sign up, we put that link on our website.
It's so touching to see them give back to him. Yeah. All right, thanks a lot, Caitlin.
Wow. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was really loud. That is such a great story.
Yeah.
I just love people that do that. Just like crowdfund, like, all right, we're going to help this dude. It's so sad. Like, it's the friendship. I mean, yeah, his house was a disaster. He probably didn't care.
No.
But he seemed like a little bit of a hoarder. But if he doesn't have anyone to help, you know, and he's disabled.
He gets overwhelmed pretty quick.
Gets overwhelmed.
Especially with the dog.
Yeah.
I'm glad the dog's getting a fence.
I think
because
they
it
had
needs some
2 dogs.
exercise.
I thought I saw
That's
2.
a fat dog.
Well, yeah, he's probably eating all the scraps he drops.
Yeah.
But I was I don't know, I was touched by that. We always hear about all these terrible stories on our show because that's just kind of what it is. But I actually saw that today. I was like, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to donate to his.
I think it's easy to get overwhelmed, right? By everything. You brought up he's a little bit of a hoarder. I think hoarding is a mental condition, right? And it's very easy if you look around and all you see is just, you know, a mess.
Yeah.
You don't know where to start, so you never do.
Well, then what is he, like 89?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? He can't clean all that up.
No.
And his kids are dead and his wife. Oh,
yeah, I know. That's unfortunate.
When I
How
hear
did
his-
both your kids go before you?
Yeah, that shouldn't
not
happen.
supposed to happen.
But yeah, I thought that was cool. I'm hoping they raise a ton of money for that. So
Yeah.
Get more
And
help.
the fact that their human services department there doesn't have an elderly services.
I mean, I feel like they do. Here's the thing. I think, you know, we see a lot of homeless people and we're like, we feel bad for them, but I feel like they've just turned down the service. I'm not saying he did, but they may have reached out and he's like, I'm fine. And they can't force him to do it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But it's cool to see an Uber driver do something other than, you know, go on strike or, you know, say they want to
go back to somebody's house and rob it. And
Stepped up. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Or
awesome.
complain that they want to be an employee. I mean, it's, you know, one of those things. So, what do we got next?
So next we have this
shit.
bad
We
story.
We should have flipped it.
Yeah.
I meant to flip it.
Yeah, we're not going to end it on a high note.
No.
That's
Well,
all right.
we got more news. So
that's all the news. Yeah.
All right. So this is a y'all saw it, that 12-year-old girl that called an Uber and then she had committed suicide. We're gonna watch a video on it, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of comment about it, but I'm interested in everyone's take. So, Benny boy.
Now know 12-year-old Benita Diamond jumped to her death. She did so after requesting an Uber ride on her mom's phone. Now her mom and dad want the ride-sharing company to change its policy to make sure something like this doesn't happen to another child.
News 6's Jerry Askin joins us live from downtown Orlando, where the girl took her life. And Jerry, her family is planning a news conference tomorrow.
Lisa, Matt, yes, and News 6 plans to be there, and we'll let you all know how everything plays out. The preteen's family is calling it Uber's failure. I'm told first thing in the morning they're actually sending a letter to the ride-sharing program asking how their 12-year-old daughter was able to get into an Uber without an adult and come way down to downtown Orlando. And here's where that tragedy happened back in January. Now the girl's family is working to get results and said they're not ruling out legal action. Benita Diamond, known to her friends and family as BB, had a big smile and a bright future. She was full of life and she loved the outdoors. She also loved her family and simply having fun. But her life was cut short back in January, a month before her 13th birthday. Her family even got this cake in her memory. Everything changed on January 10th. That's when her family says she got her mom's phone one night, downloaded Uber when her parents were asleep. Then she was picked up near her family's home by an Uber driver and driven 20 miles to this downtown Orlando parking garage near City Hall. And here is where her family says she jumped to her death. Right now, her family continues to grieve, but they're also working to get results and demand change from Uber. They want to know how this fun-loving and smart kid was able to catch a ride by an Uber driver alone at 12 years old. They also question how and if Uber strictly enforces the company's age restriction policy and if drivers are trained on age verification before accepting and taking rides. This family knows nothing will bring their baby girl back, but they believe this tragedy could have been prevented, perhaps if things that night were done differently. Yeah, back here downtown where the tragedy happened back in January, Uber got back to me an hour or so ago saying per policy, anyone under 18 must be accompanied by an adult, and also all account holders must be 18. Also, drivers must report underage riders to Uber, and a campaign was actually launched this year to better address safety for families. You can read more from Uber right now at clickorlando.com. Meantime, we'll be at the family's press conference tomorrow afternoon, and we'll let you all know how the whole thing plays out. We're live in downtown Orlando. Jerry Askin, Getting Results, News 6.
Jerry, thank you. Now, if you need help or know someone who does, free services are available, including the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. The number is 1-800-273-8255. You can also find the number on our website, clickorlando.com, with a list of warning signs and protective factors.
Wow. Of course, the comment section of all these posts, and don't matter what group it's in, I mean, I'm in a ton of groups, is the parents are terrible, or it's the Uber driver's fault. The Uber driver was just a mechanism to get her there.
Right.
I feel that she would have done it regardless.
Exactly. That's what it's. You can't. Well, yeah, he shouldn't have picked her up. It was going to happen one way or the other.
And blaming the parents, like,
no,
you people are. Oh, I almost said the F
word. You can't blame the parents.
I mean,
no.
There's, yeah, I'd be interested to know the big story.
Right.
All we know is the Uber part of it,
Yeah.
because that gets clicks. But
And all they're doing is portraying her as a perfectly well-adjusted, happy girl.
right,
And
I'm sure
that's
there was
probably not the case.
Right, I'm sure there was some issues. I'm sure the parents needed to do things. I'm sure they were doing. I mean,
Right.
It's just people
You can
are
do
such
everything
trolls.
right, and it still
I know.
happens.
I think the only thing that we can actually talk about is, and we can talk about everything,
Sure.
but I think the thing that we should talk about is Uber doing enough to prevent minors having rides, and are the drivers, where's the fault? Right, I mean that's the thing. I mean, Peter gets requests all the time.
It's the worst luck.
He does. Right?
I don't know why.
Where it's minors, and I
basically the bottom line. The only way to solve it is ask for ID.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Yes.
I mean, that's the only way to solve it. How else are you going to solve it?
Oh, but in this case here, you wouldn't have to ask for an ID.
Yeah, it was pretty
No, at
obvious she was
12,
under 18. I mean,
Right.
I don't know how old that video. I mean, the news is new, but the video they showed of her, I don't.
Right.
I mean,
And so I definitely think that the driver failed.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
A 13-year-old is clearly under 18.
Right.
Could you maybe pick up a 17-year-old thinking they're 18?
I was gonna say
Sure.
I
I've
think
done
there might have been
Oh, yeah.
situations where I unintentionally did it.
Well, you look at them and you go, yeah.
They're close. Like if it's like four of them, I'm like, I'm not alone in a car with a 17-year-old.
There's been times where I've asked them, it's like, are you over 18? And they will flat out lie, maybe.
Yeah, a lot of if they've been denied once, they'll be like, oh yeah, sure.
Right. Well, and then that's why you have a dash cam. So you say,
Right.
are you 18? And they say yes. And not that you'd be off the hook, but at least you've tried your due diligence.
You've done your due diligence, right? But what else can you do?
Yeah, it basically boils down to I need to see your ID.
Right.
And then as Peter's saying, quite often he'll be asked to drive people back because drivers have taken them there.
Yeah, I mean that's not his problem.
No, it's not. But you say, do not drive kids. Don't.
It's just so. I mean, 12. Like it's not even close, dude. What are you doing?
I
And
know.
he's got. Think about it. He has got to live with that for the rest of his life.
And if the parents choose to sue him like in civil court, he might lose.
Well, he's got nothing.
Right.
I mean, let's face it. We
Yeah,
all drive.
he's an Uber driver, but-
If you're full time and there's nothing against you, you're in the means to. And I actually enjoy the gig economy. Like I
Right.
wish I would.
Yeah.
But
Nobody's getting rich doing this.
well, exactly. Let's be fair. You're making a living, but you're not getting rich, so he probably doesn't have anything to sue anyways.
Right.
Unless he can sue the car insurance company. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I just felt bad. Like this story is like, oh, we're gonna sue. I'm like, but she's. I can't get over them suing Uber.
Yeah.
I actually don't want them to sue Uber either.
No.
If anything, sue the driver. Sue the driver.
Yeah, but was he,
The driver was at fault. I mean,
Yes.
the driver. Okay, first of all, would it have been? Did that prevent that it happened? We don't know.
If you mean it, oh yeah, right. You'll never know.
She could have taken another drive, whatever, but he clearly did not follow the rules.
That's true.
He clearly did not, and he clearly took
That's
that
true.
girl
I
to
mean,
where she wanted to go.
It's the same as a bartender over-serving.
Right.
I mean, they are responsible to say, hey, you've had too much.
Right.
I think it's such a
It's a
gray
gray
area.
area,
Because it's
yeah.
like, you're a grown-ass man.
Mm-hmm.
You should, if you drink too much, that's not my problem.
Now, Paula on YouTube actually says that by law, I must report a minor who is suicidal to the police. Now, we don't know that the minor was acting suicidal in the car.
Yeah, we don't know anything
we don't
about
know
it.
that she was having suicidal thoughts for the passenger. I mean, she might have been happy. She might have been just as happy as in the videos.
Or she just sat there quiet, but he didn't.
Right.
It didn't raise a red flag.
Yeah, I see. Obviously, there's so many opinions everywhere.
Right.
Paula's like, it's not the driver's fault. Well,
No,
not that she
it's not the
died.
driver's fault that she died, but the driver took the girl.
Yeah,
And
he
he
violate he.
Yes, he
when he
violated
comes
terms
down
of
to brass
service.
tacks, he violated the rules, the terms of service.
Right.
So, I mean, he is liable as far as that goes.
Now he's not. He can't be held liable for her death. Obviously, no.
But he'll get drawn into it if they
Right.
sue. I don't get that. Like,
Yeah.
well, sue the people that made the parking ramp because they made it too tall,
Exactly. Yeah. Or they
or they didn't provide
didn't lock
trampolines,
it or have
And-
security guards there or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you can list in this litigious society.
And Flowmaster says, well, if you can sue Uber, you can sue the parents for not knowing their kids.
I mean,
I think the only thing that can be sued for in this case is the driver that violated the terms of service.
I can't imagine being
No.
that guy.
I know.
I
And
just,
he must feel terrible.
Oh.
Like, I mean, just awful. Like, I'm sure he had no idea picking that kid up, this would be the result. Why would anybody?
Well, no one would think of that. But
No.
he probably will never pick up a minor again. Well, he's probably not
He'll
driving.
probably never drive for rideshare.
Yeah,
again.
he's probably not driving anymore. So
No,
And
like these
Paula
parents-
says that the child should not have access to a credit card. No.
well, she took her mom's phone.
in her mom's credit card. And,
Yeah.
and she had a gift card.
Well,
I read it. She had a
it's-
gift card.
Yeah,
Well,
whatever.
well, either way. I mean,
Either way, she
yeah.
was. I mean, come on, our kids are.
They'll figure it out.
My son
Oh,
was
yeah.
like 18 months and he was running the iPad better than me. So I mean, like,
I don't know if that
That's
says
not
much.
saying much.
That's
oh,
not.
I hate you all. You all went right there. So I mean, it's no big deal for her to grab her mom's phone and use the Uber app. So
Sorry,
I just feel
Vaughn.
like
I don't
these
want to be a
parents-
boss.
These parents would be better off petitioning Uber to be like, hey, you
Yeah.
need to start checking IDs when people make accounts.
Well,
get a proof of age.
like that dad from the South Carolina story. I mean, yeah, there's really no one to sue because Uber wasn't involved.
No.
But he's like, hey, I'm trying to change this. This needs to be
Right.
changed, and I applaud him, and I'm hoping that the parents do that.
Yeah, because they could, bug Uber about, hey, when somebody makes a new account, make them provide some proof of how old they are.
Right.
I mean, it's simple,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but again,
But then it has to be reviewed.
we talked about the money thing.
Yeah.
Does Uber want to turn all those rides down?
Right.
Or the same thing for the rides with when you're ordering for someone else. Like,
Right.
that's a lot of money.
It
It
comes
is.
down to our responsibility as a driver to turn
Mm-hmm.
down those rides. Just like it is our responsibility as a driver to turn down rides
Yeah.
without
Car seats.
a car seat. I mean,
If I ever see it, because there's been a couple times where I've seen, I actually got video of it, of drivers like loading people in the trunk and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
if I ever see someone like loading, like I don't know, it would never happen. I would probably get out of my car and be like, WTF, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to report you. Not that I'm going to snitch, but
I watched like 8 kids hop into an SUV it wasn't like an XL SUV. It was just a bigger
that
car.
happens all the time.
8 college kids just piled in the middle of Fulton in the turning lane in front of back 40.
That does not surprise me. That does not surprise me.
And there's people standing all around the vehicle, and slowly 2 by 2 they hop in and in. I was like, it's like sardines in there.
It's like a clown car.
oh,
Hey, Faye, all right. I digress.
In front of the back 40.
That's
Of
even
course.
worse.
Of course, it was in front of back 40. It's going to be there or the woods.
So this next one, I think it's my turn. Lyft driver arrested after police find 17 suspensions on his license. So I'm like, there's really not much to the story, but either I think what happened there, they said that they ran a check on him, but you're telling me he got 17 suspensions between the one check he got initially when he started and when he got popped? I feel like it got missed.
Yeah.
I mean, it had to have.
Yeah,
but
I know.
There's really no story behind here, but he ran out of gas, and then the cop rolled up and ran his license, and he had 17 licenses.
How do you even get a license again after having that many suspensions? Like, isn't there a cutoff at some point?
I heard, I was listening to something today, and there was a guy, I think in Macomb County, which is near Detroit, I think.
Yeah, it's not that far.
He just got arrested for his 14th DUI.
Oh,
Why
my
wasn't he in
God.
prison? I thought by the third one it was
Yeah.
a felony, and he would going to do 10 years.
Yeah.
And he was on a moped, traveling in a area that doesn't allow mopeds. Yeah, I'm like, what an idiot. Well, clearly he's like, well, they're not going to put me in prison, so I might as well just keep doing it. And he blew like a 2.5, not a like
0.2.
Yeah, 0.25. So 0.8 is the legal limit. He blew a 2.5 on
not
a moped.
Not an 0.25.
Right, not an 0.25.
Jeez.
That guy can.
How could he even get the moped running at that point?
He's a career.
I know,
a
but
career
wow.
alcoholic. So,
and there was the dude I picked up the other day. I think I told you about it. I'm sitting there waiting for him, and he's on his porch drinking his beer, and I look over at him, and he looks at me, and he picks his beer up, makes it clear, when this is done, I'll be in the car. And thankfully, he only had like 2 more swigs.
yeah.
Because I was letting that timer run out, and I was leaving.
Oh, I would have too.
But he only had 2 more swigs, and he got in the car, and it was 1:30 in the afternoon,
Oh,
and he
boy.
smelled like he walked out of a bar.
Do you ever get adrenaline when you're getting close to the time and you're like, are they going to
Yes.
come out?
Yes.
Do you ever kind of drive
Yes.
with like 10
Such a
seconds
rush.
left?
Lock the doors and slowly
Yes.
inch away.
And if they come out, I keep going. I'm like, you had 5
At
freaking
that
minutes.
point, you're probably making more in the cancellation than you were on the ride.
True.
So,
I mean, sometimes that is the case.
Yeah.
And
especially on Lyft.
Yeah, they pay the full $5
Yeah.
and they don't take their fee out. But yeah, I always get that little. Not that I'm scared, but I'm like, what?
Yeah.
This guy's gonna get pissed.
Nope.
I'm like, I'm out of here.
Yep.
Or you go around the corner and wait the last 30 seconds.
And then they call. That's
yeah,
the
then they
worst.
call. Well, then you just don't pick it up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Renee said last night she saw a guy at the airport pick up a family and the kids had no car seats. That happens often. If I
Yeah.
get an XL at the airport, I now text them before I go, if you have children, they will need to have car seats because
Wait, nobody takes car seat onto the
I
plane
did.
with them. Good.
Booster
I'm
seats.
glad you're a responsible parent.
Well, yeah, I took 2
but
booster seats.
Most people.
Booster seats.
Booster seats.
Are you a podcast host?
Yeah, I'm a podcast host. I am. Keith said that Lyft had a $6 cancellation fee the other day.
Yeah, I got one from Uber that was like $6.40,
I
and
wonder
it
if-
wasn't long distance.
Well, was it?
But did you wait?
Scheduled ride?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
It was during the bar card. It would have had a $1.25 surge on it, but
Did you get paid for waiting? Sometimes they add that into it.
I don't know.
Really?
I just know I got $6.14, and it was really weird.
So,
But anyways, at the airport, yeah, when we went to Florida, I brought the boot because I knew we'd be in a car down there. I wasn't
Yep.
going to drive all week without booster seats. I mean, thankfully they don't need them anymore. But
actually, when we went to Denmark last time and I rented a vehicle,
Yeah.
I ended up renting a booster seat as well, a car seat as well.
yeah, I mean,
you have to do it. You just
I don't know. People are idiots.
just don't be idiots.
Don't be an idiot. Renee said she had one that was $7, but it was a long distance.
Okay, so I have 2 friends who are in this group right now that are not rideshare drivers. They're just friends of mine. That
They
are?
are?
In here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Leah
share,
and Daniel Jones.
I share it on my group on my
Yeah.
page
I haven't
as well,
seen him even
so-
talk.
Yeah, Leah said hi. Danny just joined.
so-
Jason going to pull a CS out in the middle of Ionia? That's what Peter said. What does that even
I think
mean?
he means a concealed weapon.
No.
No?
I don't think so.
I thought that was the joke. I just assumed that.
CS.
I don't know.
Anyways,
Let's see. Jesper, next what? This one's kind of not funny, but we got 2 more, and then we'll wrap this. We'll get close to wrapping it. Yeah, where are we at on time, Benny?
Yeah, you really want to know?
Well, I mean, I know what time it is, but
We should just drop this one. This is not important. Yeah, just skip this one.
All right, let's skip that one.
Not interesting anyways.
This next one, just real quick, it's what car should I buy for Uber and Lyft? It's a long article, and when Jesper changes over from Joomla to WordPress, I'll update it on our website.
You guys are idiots.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, whatever.
It's kind of a shitty article. It really rips on rideshare drivers, basically that they say they only make $10 per hour and blah, blah, blah. But what it boils down to, as you get through all the crap, the best choice is a minivan to drive for Uber.
And really? I love my minivan.
Because of the XL, because of the seat configuration, how you can do things. They actually recommend, let me get to the bottom, a Toyota Sienna, because it can seat 8. Well, it says 8, but that must be with the driver. Because I can take 7 plus 1.
Apparently, you were on Ionia at one point screaming at another Uber driver.
No, Charles Kuzmansky was.
Oh, CS.
Got it. Yeah, that's what it was. That dude.
There's a video. Oh, did you guys see the video of the guy in Kalamazoo? That was... All right.
Next podcast, apparently.
Yeah, it would take too much for me. I got to write this shit down. They said the Sienna can accommodate as much as 8 people.
But if it does that, we'll have the same problem with the seats, though. How do you get in the back seat without having that issue your car has?
Well, yeah, that's so. I actually turn down XL sometimes because I don't even want to deal with it, especially if they're really drunk. If it's an airport one or whatever, no big deal. But my seat, you have to slide it forward, which doesn't sound like a pain, but Honda, in their infinite wisdom, which I appreciate, the top latch slams the seat down. Okay. The side one tips it forward and slides. Well, what are you going to grab first?
The top one.
Yeah, so everyone does it. They do in the winter. If I don't instruct them, it's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So, but with the van, where you got that middle seat out, you open the doors, because I used to drive Megan's van, and they just walk in, and it's a beautiful thing. But you don't have the 7 seats. You only have the 6. So
yeah, but I mean, it's really all you need for XL.
According to the rules, you're right. We don't need it. And yes, we're used to getting so many arguments with people because they would try to cram 7 in or 8.
Right.
And he's like, well, everyone
6.
else.
I'm only getting paid for 6.
Yeah, I mean, you're only getting paid for 6. So,
well, technically, Uber regulations doesn't state that it's.
Yeah, it does. Either Uber or Lyft.
6 or more.
Does it say 6 or more?
Anyways, I don't want to be technical about it, but yes.
Okay. All right, we're hitting Jesper late podcast time. It's 11 o'clock. He's like,
yeah. But according to Michigan seatbelt law, I can't take more than 6. So
right. No, I think what it was is the law was. Remember, we were reaching out to that. Yeah, we won't get into that.
It's really weirdly stated.
It is.
All right, tip time. Jesper, you got the tip.
Tip time.
It's sponsored by Vanture Cameras, and I still didn't put this in the Facebook description because I'm an idiot. But that's the camera we recommend. It's $200. Sometimes you get it on super sale. If you see our link, use it, and it helps GR Rideshare Adventures.
Yep. So the tip is never drive with your phone in your hand. Rather, always have it in a phone mount. And do not touch your phone while you're driving. Yeah. I mean, it should be...
common sense.
It should be common sense, and we shouldn't have to state it, right? But I still see drivers all the time with their phone in their hand.
I've been picked up by one.
Yeah, I don't actually see it when I'm driving because I'm usually
driving,
right?
Not using Telegram.
I see other rideshare drivers with their phone in their hand.
Yeah, while they're driving.
Yeah. When I'm out driving,
that's why he hits curbs.
I do not hit curbs.
You hit a curb. I saw the video.
You sent us the video.
You should have seen his face. It was hilarious. I mean, I felt bad for him.
We need to share that video on Telegram.
I was not
please.
online. I did not have any people in my car.
He was not screwing around. It just, I don't know. He just got a little sidetracked, and his face was just like. We all look like idiots when we do that, but he just happened to share the video.
Oh my gosh!
Please share that with the rest of us on Telegram.
It's gone.
It'll be a patron bonus.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
A patron bonus. Thank you so much.
It was so funny that he's like, I got to share this video. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was hilarious.
So, it's just do not text and drive. Do not be distracted by your phone. It's so
tempting.
It is, but
I'm terrible even when I have a passenger. When we're sometimes if they're not talking to me, right?
Right.
And we're at a red light, and and I know it's a long red light. I'll pull the phone down off the mount and look at like a text or whatever. But what? Really?
You can't. No.
At a red light?
I've stopped myself a few times, but
I think your mic is completely off.
No, it's not. I just wasn't talking into
You're
it.
an idiot.
I
No.
know.
Do you do that too?
Yeah.
On the I don't do it on the regular. If someone's communicating
I've
with
done
me,
it
and
once in a while on accident, but
If I see a string of notifications from my wife, especially, and I'm at a
Yeah.
red light, I'll look.
well, I got everyone muted in Telegram, like the
Do you?
Amazon group. All the chats are muted except these three guys.
Oh, yeah.
But and it's not to be rude, but I mean sometimes
It's
you'll
distracting.
It's very distracting.
Mhm.
So I'll catch up when I want to catch up.
Right.
But otherwise, man alive.
especially when like Gabe and John aren't actually driving, but they are talking to us,
Right.
and then it just goes and goes and goes. And...
Right. Gabe just can't shut the hell up. So.
But he's always laughing, and it's hilarious.
Oh man.
Especially that cat
Well,
picture.
Was that Tuesday? Yeah, that Tuesday morning. It seriously, I was stopping to get an energy drink, and I was walking the shelf saying I had the biggest smile on my face, and people are like, "You're freaking weird." I'm just like laughing. So I had my headphones in, so they're like, "Oh, what an idiot."
I was at school sitting by myself in the building. I don't know if there's anybody else there, but I was cackling like an idiot.
Really?
And it was like echoing, and
That's so funny.
was- yeah.
Gabe
is-
said, were you
Go
just going
ahead.
to say that? Go ahead.
Gabe is listening as he's driving.
You have to talk into the mic.
I am in the mic.
Doesn't he sound quiet?
I can a little bit, but I can hear him.
Yeah.
More importantly,
Ben's
Gabe,
quiet.
how did you type this message? That's
He's at a red
Talk to
light.
text.
He must be at a red light.
I use the
light.
talk to text a good amount.
Yeah.
So you just have to push the button once, and then it'll just listen to you. And-
Right. I do listen to, like if that long ride to Chicago, I definitely listen to some Telegram messages.
Well, what else are you going to do? You're going to fall asleep otherwise.
All right, last segment is our Facebook question. So, 3 of them. This is from our local Grand Rapids group. First one, anyone know if Uber... Now, some of these we know the answers to. We're just talking about it because maybe people don't know about it. But anyone know if the Uber...
I'm not live anymore.
What's up?
Maybe it's just me.
It's probably you. Like, my
Okay.
screen's locked like this.
Oh.
But the comments are still new. Or still fresh.
Going back to the XL stuff, Justin just sent me a screenshot of the Uber app. It says 6 passengers. It doesn't say 6 plus. It says 6.
Well,
There you go.
Yesper. He's a Yesper.
But in the terms of service. Anyways.
Oh, have you read the terms of service?
A long time ago, but yeah.
Whatever.
I'm
So-
not surprised by that.
What, that he read
That
the
he
term?
would read the terms of service.
No, I don't think so. I would not read it. So anyone know if the Uber app for riders works at a Gun Lake casino? A worker said only Lyft does. So it's a casino outside the Grand Rapids market, probably 30 minutes south. We know that Lyft is a nationwide, statewide, but Uber is not. So you can't get a ride from there. I think it's the dumbest thing. They can geofence you. That geofence at the airport is so tight. If you are outside that lot, you are not in it. You literally have to park. Like if you're in that little cul-de-sac thing, you are not in the queue. So why can't they do that for the casino?
Well, I don't know, but I've had cases where people have accepted a ride being downtown, and the moment they accept the ride, they get a phone call from them and saying, "Hey, I'm at the casino. Come get me."
Right. So then you have to negotiate, right?
No, I'll come get you, but I'm turning on the app right now.
Oh, you just say I'm picking you up.
Yeah. So now you're paying for both ways. What do I care?
Yeah, at that point, that would be fine. You just have to be able to turn it on right then and there.
What happens if the customer refuses on the back end after you're done?
Well, they really can, right? Because they set the pin downtown. The only way they can do it is they set the pin downtown.
You're right, because I've gotten requested at 68th and 131 for the casino.
Right.
And he calls right away and says I'm at the casino. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if that's
a
where they
good
set
point.
the pin, that's where you can start the ride.
Yeah. Last time I just negotiated cash on the back end, which I should have just said, hey, ended up better with the cash, but I probably should have said, I'm going to start the ride right now and come pick you up.
Because, you'll have to. You can't start it out there.
That's true. You can start it right. Yeah. I think I negotiated cash with them because then I started as soon as we got to 108th.
Right.
I started the trip. So
Again, just be careful about the cash rides again, right? Because
well,
the whole
yeah, I mean,
insurance stuff and all that
I'll be
stuff.
honest with you, I don't do it on the regular, but I have done cash rides. We all have.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean,
I've done it for other Uber drivers a few times.
Yeah, but I've done it outside of that. Probably maybe
Well,
a handful of times.
I did too for a couple that came in the airport. They were going to a wedding, actually a little bit south of the casino.
Oh, okay.
And they were going to take an Uber out there. And they told me that in the car. And I was like, well, I hope you made arrangements to get a ride back because you can't Uber back to town from that far away.
Yeah.
So we just set up a whole thing. Mom actually took him one way. I took him back. And
Flowmaster have a question. He's wondering who the chick on the podcast is, and this is Sam. So you apparently joined us later, and you should listen to the podcast afterwards, Flowmaster. But no, it's Sam. She's a local driver as well.
Yeah, I tell you what, when we get a female on here, our download numbers are a little bit better. I know it sounds stupid, but it's true. Like our number one is when Cece was on here.
Yeah.
And that's our number one download over time. Which reminds me, y'all loving this chat, please download the audio part of it too. That will come out in like 10 days.
Yep.
I know it's kind of weird. Our last live stream came out Monday.
Mhm.
It's just, it gives us a little buffer if we, get behind or whatever. So, and those links are in the post.
In the post.
In the post. So, yes, Uber does not work at Gun Lake. If you take somebody down there, try to make an arrangement to go down there. And I mean, we all like Lyft better anyways. They pay more. So try to get them to request a Lyft.
I'm okay with Uber.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm okay
Why
with
is that?
I like him. That's good.
I've only picked up from the casino once on Lyft, and she gave me a $20 cash tip. So
Can't beat
it was
that.
nice. Yeah.
I mean, it could be a win or a loss there because if they won, if they were great,
right?
You're probably going to get a tip. If they lost everything,
You're probably not.
You're probably not. So
I was coming back from Kalamazoo, so it was nice to have somebody take me the last 20 minutes.
Were you from Flex or were you just down there for something else?
I know. I took somebody to Kalamazoo on Uber.
Okay.
And then on the way back, I had Lyft turned on and got pinged from the casino and took them into Jenison. They took me halfway home.
Wow, that's awesome.
It was a good day.
You probably couldn't do that again if you tried.
No.
Well, not that you can try to get rides, but
yeah.
Next up, anyone have Gas Buddy Premium? Is it worth it? So I clicked on a little bit. I think it's $12. It's $7 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody on our local page broke it down pretty well and basically said if you're not using the roadside assistance or whatever, it's really not worth it. The gas math is you get 40 gallons a month and you basically save $8. So you're paying $7, you save $8.
And there's a cap on it.
That's it, 40 gallons.
Right.
I think that's it, right?
And then if you don't do the premium, there's no cap. It's just a smaller amount.
Right.
So you could actually save more.
Yeah.
That way.
I tried Gas Buddy for a while.
I've never used it.
I even got their card and I was like, whatever. I've been using Shell because I'll be like, okay, if you go by, like if they have something that's with their fuel rewards and all of a sudden it'll say, oh, you got 15 cents off a gallon because whatever I bought, bumped that up.
Right.
Apparently too, if you add your debit card to that account, it gives you even more or something like that. I have to look into that. We're gonna start doing some segments on the podcast. I think our next one's going to be gas savings. Like,
remember, if you use your Uber debit card to buy gas, you get a little bit.
1.5%. But the problem is, I was never able to get it.
That's your fault.
Wow.
No, I showed you the blank screen. I tried for like 6 months, and I go to click the link to get it, and it just goes to a blank screen.
I never tried.
You don't use yours? No.
I always load all my gas money onto a Speedway gift card at the beginning of the week, so I always have gas money.
But then you got to go to Speedway.
That's okay with me.
Well, it's okay with me too.
Because I turn in my Speedy points for $100 gas card.
Yep. It's amazing.
So I get 2 of them a year usually.
You seriously cannot hear you.
I am plenty loud.
Now you're on it.
I can hear
There you go.
I could hear you, but
I have to be like right on it. There must be something wrong with this mic.
Operator. Well, I just want people to hear you. Like last time you did the announcement, no one heard you.
I was muted.
I left that in the podcast. I was like, why is there's dead air for like 20 seconds? And I listened to it. I'm like, oh, that's Ben announcing the winner.
Oops.
So yeah, we're gonna do a gas segment next time probably, and just kind of break it down as much as we can break it down. So
Break
it down.
And the last thing, and we'll wrap this B
Like
up.
a stump.
Is there a waiting queue for Lyft like there is for Uber? So if so, is there a trick to get in? And I was going to talk about the whole Lyft drivers not being in the queue, but there isn't in Grand Rapids. I wish there was.
Yeah.
Because there'd be times, at least in the old queue when we were at Wendy's, I'd pull up and I'd be right next to Uber Phil, and he would get the ride, and I was closer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I should have got it, but he got it, or vice versa, or whatever. But I never got mad at that because I was like, there's no rhyme or reason. It's like the Wild Wild West with Lyft.
Yeah, I get pulled from Lyft. I'm 10, 12 minutes away, and I know for a fact Gabe is like in the lot with his apps on, waiting for a ride, and I'm 10 minutes away, and I've taken it.
I had a guy the other night. He requested. Okay, how was it? No, I ended up getting on Lyft, so I went and picked him up, and he's like, "Yeah, I requested Uber, and they said there was like 20 minutes away." I was like, "Well, first of all, there were like 7 other cars there supposedly online, and I was online for Uber. I never got the ping."
Right. I feel like I get more Uber airport rides if I sit outside the airport than if I go in the lot.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I think there's a glitch or something.
It would not surprise me.
Queue.
It took them forever to get that thing up and running. I don't know.
Like, I always turn my apps on when I'm like on 44th Street or I'm on Patterson about half a mile away if I specifically want an airport ride.
That's funny. I turn them on when I'm at like 131 and M6.
And I get them pretty regularly that way. But if I go to the lot and I sit, I'll wait a lot longer.
That's interesting.
A lot longer.
Not funny.
That was way better than yours, Ben.
Anyways, there's been times too where I go into the lot and I will get a ride way before any of the other people. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I only get Uber, obviously. So
yeah, for why?
We don't want to talk about that.
This is the pathetic airplane. He just tried to throw that at me.
He's obviously tired. Hey, we need to wrap it up. Come on,
Yeah.
keep going.
Hey, I'm done.
No, you're not. There's one question left.
There is?
Yeah.
What?
Which one is it?
Oh, no, that's not.
that was
Sorry.
That's the one
Never
I saw
mind.
Hey, we forgot to show that one picture. Let's just show that.
Let's put it up.
The motivational quotes. If I get in this Uber, check this out. I mean, that's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of tacky looking.
A little bit.
I mean, we've showed the pictures of like the guy that has all the signs and like 76 Chargers and everything. I feel like this is like a typical cabbie back.
Yeah.
Like that's what a cab in New York would look like. So, all right, guys, we are wrapping this up. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Please download. Even if you don't listen to it, just download it. We use those numbers. I know it. No. I mean the people on here because they're listening to it on here and watching. But I want the numbers. We need the numbers. Those are like internet points.
Yeah.
We get internet points for those numbers. So we're almost to 10,000 downloads. So
wow.
There you go.
Pretty excited about
pretty
that.
Nice.
So. But thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, guys. Oh, and the event. Remember the event.
The event.
RSVP or
Please
Jesper will come get you.
Please put going and how many people in the comments. No, I totally
Why
agree.
are you talking like a valley girl?
Because I can't wait for that event. It's going to be so bitchin'. All right.
And on that note,
good night.
guys.
Thanks for joining
Bye-bye,
us.
guys.
Have a good evening.